Now, first, I want to be able to clear out the myth that everybody tells you inside of your head when you're becoming an entrepreneur. And that is, going in business is freedom. This is why people go inside of business, to be able to have freedom. And then they end up going inside, and at the beginning phases of it, they go through hell. This is the part that you are not told about business. When you're first going in, you're first getting your taste of actually being an entrepreneur. It is not lovely, and it's nowhere near freedom. As a matter of fact, myself, I worked harder than ever as an entrepreneur. I literally worked harder as an entrepreneur than I did at my job when I worked. And that's serious. I was working at least 6 to 8 hours at my job, and when I began off as an entrepreneur, I was doing at least 9 to 12-hour days, and people wasn't even knowing it. But you see, these are things you are not told when you go inside of business. It is going to be hell almost for your first year or the first couple of months that you go inside of business until you actually see the light side of it, right? The light side is where the freedom is going to come in at, but you have to learn the components that you need in order to have that freedom. You see, I believe, and you want to write this down, I believe that the best state an entrepreneur or a business owner can be at is the creative mind state. What do I mean by creative mind state? Well, when we think of people like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and all these people that have created something that was not yet here, when you think of them, they are at the fullest creation state ever. How is that? Well, it's simply because they're able to think and blast the idea out. One thing you're going to learn is your ideas is going to be the most priceless thing that you will ever have. Ideas are what make money. I tell people sometimes that it only takes one idea to be able to get rich. That's all it takes. So if I write down 1,000 ideas on a piece of paper, it only takes one of those ideas to actually get me rich. So at this creator state, they are actually able to think of the idea and it is able to be made. Think about that. They're able to create an idea. So in other words, I spent some time thinking on an idea, but the difference is between other people and Elon Musk is the simple fact is when they think of an idea, it is not able to be automatically created. When Elon Musk thinks of one, it's able to automatically get started and automatically working on it. How is that is the question we should ask ourselves. This is how we truly be able to get the freedom, and that is ultimately duplicating yourself. So in other words, the time that I work, the 12 hours I was putting in as an entrepreneur, I wasn't aware that, hey, listen, well, I can just duplicate myself. For this 12 hours that I'm working, I can duplicate my work, place somebody else inside of that work, and now that 12 hours is free for me. Free for me to be able to actually have that more creative mind state. This is going to be the first thing that you're going to be able to know about your business, the business makeover. The most powerful state that you can be at is the creator mindset. So your goal is to be able to find out exactly how to do that. Now, the next component to the business mindset makeover is being able to know the tools that are added into every single business. I don't care exactly what industry it is. All these items are essential. All these components are essential when it comes to actually growing a business to where it can take off to the stars. Most people go inside a business and they think, oh, listen, many people just like, hey, listen, I want to be able to be a millionaire. I want to be able to get rich. And then they try to fast forward and hope that they end up hitting $1 million within the day. And it never ends up possible. They skip past a phase of what business actually is. You want to be able to make $1 million very fast, but you have not went over the components like marketing, like budgeting, like understanding inventory and products, learning exactly how these things work, the economy. All these things are going to be tying into a business, and when you're able to place those components to your business and figure every single one of those components out is when you're really going to be shooting for the stars for your business. And you're going to have more money than your hands can hold. I can guarantee you that. You see, marketing is a big phase of your business. Simply because if I jump off, I remember when I first started the industry of Airbnb. I started Airbnb, my first one, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm about to get ready to blow up from the first Airbnb, you know, right? Had the first Airbnb, went over to my second Airbnb, and I kind of got to a point to where I was clueless. I was like, well, nobody is actually knowing that I actually do Airbnb and I'm actually an expert at this industry, right? Nobody knows me. So I said, hey, let me actually step out so people can actually know me. And what I found out is what most entrepreneurs end up finding out, is that you have now started a business, but the next phase is actually getting clients to that business. This is where marketing comes in at. Budgeting is gonna come in with marketing. All these things are the boring things when it comes to business, but it is essential, like I said. If you are missing one of these components, your business is not gonna truly be able to be around for a long time, which I'm pretty sure most people that are watching this video, you actually want your business to be able to grow. You want it to be known. You want it to be in the face. You want it to be on the blimp. Are you understanding me? Right? For those people, we have to be able to add on the boring things like marketing, budgeting, inventory, products, scaling. All these things are tied into the business components that literally catapult the business off.